It is Wednesday, November 4th. This is Wellness Wednesdays with yours truly, Dr. Jason Bradley. I'm the founder of Epic Functional Medicine. I'm having a blast today. And I'm so excited to be connected with you guys. Today, we're going to be talking about something that I think is really practical, and yet at the same time, something that we forget about, quite a bit. I don't quite have my camera here for the Facebook Live, so I'm glad that we're doing this in a couple of different ways. But nonetheless, what I want to talk about today is something that actually came across my desk last week, but it's the same question that I get a lot, and I want to really explore it. Today, I want to talk about, hey, how come I can't lose weight, right? I feel like I'm doing everything correctly. I feel like I'm eating the right way, I'm moving the right way, I'm doing all the stuff that, all my doctors and friends and Dr. Google and the South Beach diet and all the books that I'm reading, I'm doing all this stuff and I still can't lose weight, right? Now, typically when I hear this, there's a number of things that come to mind, and I'm going to out myself as a doctor first, but then nuance it a little bit, right? So when I hear this, especially from my own clients, right? And I want to be really clear when we're talking about, the level of care that we're able to, provide at Epic through the clinic with our coaches and our care team and look at the outcomes. Weight loss is not really an issue that we even have to think too much about. Most of our clients that come to see us, most of the time have weight to lose. I mean, full disclosure. Most Americans are overweight or obese. In fact, according to the CDC, about 39.9, almost 40% of adult Americans are obese, right? Not just overweight. And then another, 30-some% are overweight. So not quite obese, but overweight, right? So of course, the majority of people that find us, one of their things they'd like help with certainly is, hey, I can't seem to lose weight loss resistance, right? But our program, we're able to tailor in of, different metabolic resistances and hormonal imbalances and, thyroid function and adrenal function and, all of these things that we need to see proper weight loss, and most of the time, I always say once we get the flame underneath that metabolic burner and it kind of turns on, people are just able to lose weight. It just kind of melts off. In fact, I have some really funny videos. One of my favorite videos is of a client of ours named Dave, back when we had a brick and mortar. We're fully virtually now, but we had a brick and mortar, and Dave walked in, and Dave, full disclosure, is a big guy, right? Dave probably, even by Iowa Farm Boy standards, Dave's probably pushing like 6'9", 6'10". This guy's a big guy and way, way, way over 400 pounds. This is a big boy, right? And, he came to see us not only for his weight, but, he had some cardiac issues and was really worried about a heart attack and a whole bunch of very serious things, diabetes, et cetera. So Dave walks in one day. This is our typical, right? Dave walks in one day about 2 weeks after we met, and he's just grinning ear to ear. He's just like he's got the shine going on. And of course I say, Dave, what's going on? And he starts telling me the story. And I said, wait a minute. Don't go any further. I want to get this on video. So I whip out my camera and I do this little iPhone recording of Dave telling his story 2 weeks after meeting us, right? So he came in, he's telling the story, I came in 2 weeks ago, and I can tell you right now, 2 weeks later, all this guy's done is changed his diet, right? Just a little tweak to his diet. This is the power of that Epic 5-plan diet. He said, I came in 2 weeks ago, and I can tell you right now, I have more energy. My arthritis, he had rheumatoid arthritis, because my arthritis is almost gone. I hardly have any pain. I feel great. And then to make the day even better, and this is the best part of the video, he said, I put on my shorts and they fell right off, right? And he says, so I got on the scale, and I love this idea of this Dave put on his shorts and falling off. So I got on the scale and I've lost 22 pounds. Right. And so it's like, wow, that's great. And we're high-fiving. And of course he's grinning ear to ear because the guy's lost 22 pounds in 2 weeks and his shorts are falling off and he's feeling, more energy and less pain. And like all this stuff is coming together in 2 weeks. Right. That's what we want to hear. When we hear from our clients exactly the opposite, I am doing everything you guys are telling us to do, and I'm still not losing weight. Full disclosure here, it's few and far between. I would say it's about 3 to 5% of our patients at any given time are patients that want to lose weight. So it's not very often, because usually, like I said, when we modify diet a little bit, take away, eat nutrient dense foods instead of calorically dense foods, get moving a little bit, increase hydration, and really start eating for our metabolic type, which again, we do with labs and et cetera. We really see people just losing weight. They're not starving themselves. They're not working very hard. It just happens, right? Overall, that's what we see. With those folks that are struggling, the first thing that comes to mind, of course, so to out myself, is that patient following our advice, right? But I want to go back to not our patients. I want to go back to general medicine. In general medicine, we ask a similar question. When the patient's not losing weight, here's what we're at. Here's the first thing that we think. Is the patient eating too many calories? Is the patient not burning off enough calories, right? That's what we're taught. If you don't eat enough calories, right, calories lower, and you burn off more calories, you're going to lose weight. Calories in minus calories out will be a net weight gain or weight loss, right? That's the simplicity of math, and that's what we're taught. Here's what we know, though, in practice. Any doctor that's been in practice for more than half of a minute knows that equation doesn't work with humans. It just doesn't work well. There's a lot of other mitigating factors. A lot of those are going to be hormonal disorders, right? They're going to have thyroid, adrenal, sex hormone disorders that can prevent them from losing weight, right? So again, stepping away from general medicine and coming back to our clients, because 95% of our clients that want to lose weight out of the gate. 5%, 3% even don't. The question is, why don't those 3%, right? 5%, why aren't they losing weight? And I think this is a really good question. And I think if we get to the root cause of at least the majority of that question, I think that we're going to see that there's a methodology here that everybody can apply. It doesn't cost anything at all, and it's highly effective, right? And this is just one of the many hundreds of tools that we teach our clients, but I wanted to share this with you because the question again came up a few times last week. Hey, I'm doing everything, but I'm not losing weight. What more can I do? What am I not doing right? So the first thing I think is, what if it is just a calories in, calories out equation? Usually it's more complex than that. Certainly if the client's been with us for any length of time, and I start looking at their labs and, their thyroid looks better and their adrenals look pretty good and their sex hormones look good and their all of these pieces look pretty good. Sometimes I think, well, I wonder what else is going on now that we've corrected this underlying hormonal, glitch. What else could be going on? And I will tell you the question that I ask everyone, and I will say that, and my coaches would agree, 8, 9 times out of 10, we get the same response. And here's the question. Is there any chance that you're just eating an extra handful of nuts or another extra small bit of a healthy snack periodically throughout the day, right? And lo and behold, when we ask that question, again, 80%, 90% of the time, of a very small sliver of our population, our patient population, right? 80, 90% of the people say, come to think of it, I have been, especially with COVID, right? I've been home more. I'm eating healthy food. I'm not eating anything off plan. I'm eating everything according to what I'm supposed to be eating. I know it's totally healthy. Epic has approved it. I've approved it. Everything on my foods list is perfect. But maybe I am having an extra handful of this or that. Not a whole plate full. I'm not gorging. I'm not overeating at meals. I don't feel stuffed. Just an extra handful or two. And I want to talk about that extra handful or two. In these same cases that came across my desk over last week, we also had a combination of, yeah, that probably is true. I'm probably, since I'm working from home now, right, which a lot of us have shifted to, I am walking into the kitchen and grabbing a handful of seeds or a handful of nuts. I am having an extra hard-boiled egg or two, or whatever happens to be on that person's plan, right? And it doesn't seem like a big deal, but I want to walk you guys through how little choices have big outcomes. And this is really important. Most of the time when people are gaining weight, most of the time, I've gained weight before. I weighed in this morning at 174. I try to keep between 170 and 175. But I have weighed up to 275 before. And again, over COVID, I myself gained 14 pounds. I was up to 189. And for me, that's heavy lately. So, you know, and I'm going to tell you the same thing happened to me. I was probably grazing a little bit more, because here's what happens. That handful of nuts and seeds, or that, you know, hard-boiled egg or two, right? On plan, not high carbs, this and that. Let's just talk about the calories. And let's just say that I am eating an extra 100 or 200 calories a day, and that's it. That's it. My weight's maintained otherwise, or I'm losing weight otherwise, but I'm eating an extra 100 or 200 calories a day, and that's it. I want you guys to know that you're never, well, I don't know, some people maybe, you're not going to know the difference between just the right amount of calories to help you maintain a weight or lose a little bit of weight and an extra 100, 200 calories. It's nothing. Like I said, it's like a handful of cashews. It's, you know, an extra egg or two, you know, it's an, you know, it's something really small that's probably not going to tip you over, having you think, oh my gosh, I ate way too much today. That's what's going on. But here's what happens at 100, 200 calories. Over the course of a month, let's just make it an average of 150 calories. Let's just say that. So over the course of a month or 30 days, that means that we've added 4,500 calories, right, onto our month. Let's just make it 100 calories, right? 100 calories is over 30 days is 3,000 calories, right? So let's just say that that's where we are, 100, 150 calories a day. Over the course of a month, 3,000, 4,500 extra calories. Check this out. 1 pound of body fat is 3,500 calories, right? So when I have people coming in saying, man, in the last year, I've gained like 8, 9, 10 pounds and I don't know what's going on. I'm doing all the same stuff, right? Ding, 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 right? I'm getting my spidey senses going off and I'm thinking, I'll bet they're grazing. I'll bet anything if I ask them that they were going to say they're having an extra handful of nuts. They're, you know, they didn't think it was a big deal. It's on plan. They're, you know, they're just, it's there and they're just eating it, right? So when I ask that question, they are, and they just make that one tiny shift to just not have the snack, to not have that extra handful of nuts, to not have that extra hard-boiled egg, to not, like, it's like I said, it's so small, right? What happens over time? Well, now we're down 100 or 150 calories a day, right? We just lowered it. So now we're down 3,000 or 4,500 calories a month, and we start losing a pound or so a month, right? That's what happens all of the time. And I want you guys to know that these really small choices, it might not seem, I should have had a prop here. I always say that when I'm doing these. But you know, these really small choices of, here's just a little handful of this, you know, that extra 100 calories, that extra 150 calories doesn't seem like much, right? You know, there's like all these skinny pops, like eat the whole thing and it's only 100 calories or 125 calories, right? Think about that over the course of a month though. Eat that, you know, it's only this. It's a pound of body fat in a month. It's 12 pounds a year, right? It's 30 pounds over the last 3 years. I don't know what's going on. Well, I can tell you guys that, again, I'm not trying to say calories in, calories out and being that doctor, but this is a hack that you guys can use. 80, 90% of the time, I found people are grazing a little too much, having a few too many calories, and packing on that weight. So I wanted to share that with you for perspective. Now, of course, here's the other question. 10 or 20% of the time, that's not what it is, right? What's going on with those people? That's a different story for a different day, right? And we'll keep covering those. But for right now, I want you guys to know small choices can have big outcomes. Small choices can be constructive. Small choices can be destructive. And I just want you guys to know that they all add up. And here's to making healthy choices. Here's to staying safe, staying healthy, staying happy. And I'll catch you guys next week. Take care.